Yeah, good performance for us. I thought the crowd was awesome. We talked about it at halftime, like this place wears people down, and we just wanted to keep playing the game. I thought they really shot the ball well, made some tough shots in the first half to kind of stay within striking distance, and made a little run to start the second half. And, I thought we played really well the last, 17, 16 minutes of the game.
Obviously, that was a physical game, and for the first 30 minutes or so, I don't know if it was as physical the last 10, but for 30 minutes, and you say this place wears people down, did you see them sort of try and bring it to you and then kind of get frustrated that it wasn't getting to you as much as maybe they had hoped?
I mean, they played physically. They're a very good defensive team. I felt like it was more just the consistency of our play, like guarding the ball at the floor every possession, big guys running the floor every possession, just kind of a relentless mindset from that standpoint. We feel like that can take a toll on people in here.
And then Boise State and them are pretty much the same roster height. I know they're ranked 19th and 20th in the country in average roster height. You played a big team in Boise and had some troubles. I'm curious what you learned from the Boise game that maybe helped tonight playing another equally as big team.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar ball screen coverage from 17 and 32 and more of a drop. And so we knew that it was going to be a challenge to get all the way to the rim out of some of the ball screens the way we would like to normally. They peel switch if you get too much depth and get some separation. So, Jake and Uriah both knew that some mid-range jump shots would be there. We're not always hunting those as early in the clock, but we wanted those guys to be aggressive, and specifically Jake getting off to a good start. Uriah hit a few. I thought those guys just shot making off the dribble was really helpful for us offensively.
That kind of answers what I want to ask now. Is I think you guys took more 2-point mid-range shots than I think you've taken all year. Is my guess. I don't know. I don't have the shot chart right here, but like you took more long twos than I can remember. Was that something you knew going in that might happen, or was that still wait till game to see what they're giving us?
Yeah, no, it felt like we took more than normal. But specifically, we talked to Jake and Uriah about, hey, that's something that you're going to have to look for and be aggressive. And I mean, we're not telling them when to shoot or anything, but we just want them to understand like what the look they're going to get is and what might be available to them.
I know you like your rotations, you're a matchups guy, but when Tomislav picks up 2 fouls in 17 seconds, it forces you to make decisions where you put JT on the floor, and it's up to him to carry the load against a team that's pretty big. Just talk about the impact JT had in the game without picking up fouls in this one.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. He continues to get better. He impacted us in a real positive way tonight. Blocked 4 shots. Hit a couple threes. That's another part of the drop coverage from them is we knew that when JT was out there, we could throw it back to him and he could get a pretty clean look, and he had a couple big ones. So I thought JT played great tonight, and it was important given Tomislav's foul trouble.
You talk about this building wearing people down. Look, I'm sure they've seen raucous environments before. There's 12,000 people in here tonight. They're making some noise. Do you think it had an impact on that second half, especially when their coach gets ejected? It looked like he was just trying to argue a call, and they teed him up twice right away. Is that part of it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't hear what he said in that, but I thought the crowd was impactful. I thought as we, they made a run to get it even in the second half, and we responded and separated. There were some loud moments in there, and you never know exactly how much that's impacting. We certainly felt like it was. Maybe contributed to them losing their composure a little bit for a stretch, and this is a tough place to play, and because of the crowd and the noise and the energy in the building, our guys feed off it, and our guys are playing good basketball right now too, so that helps.
And then one last thing, Tajavis has gotten increased minutes lately. He only had 2 points tonight, but his defensive work has gotten so much better. Is that an unseen benefit to what's gotten him additional minutes for you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously without Chris, we're having to make adjustments, and Javis is taking advantage. We talked about it on the road trip. I think he had a bigger opportunity against Wyoming a couple games ago and played well. It starts with a defensive end for him. He's a really talented offensive player. So he shot it great on the road trip. That was huge for us. Tonight, ball didn't go, but he had 6 rebounds, played really good defense on 10 and 10 specifically. He brings a level of physicality, so if Luke comes off, he's a nice replacement there because Luke's a physical defender as well.
Coach, did the game live up to your expectation? Did it transpire what you felt you would be in Grand Canyon?
I mean, they never play out exactly the way you think, but we're certainly happy about the result.
Hey, Coach, you talked about the challenges you thought scoring at the basket, given their length, but you guys shoot 24 free throws in the second half. Can you talk about how you guys got to the line?
Yeah, well, Uriah and Jake both, really nice job lift fake, getting guys in the air and kind of drawing fouls. So, those guys are, heady players. Obviously we talk a lot about them being young, but, they know how to score. So I thought those guys did a nice job. And, I thought in the second half we got more depth on drive. We got a little more rotation. Couple that didn't go, we got back in a crowd, a little stronger with the ball. We talked about that at halftime. We felt like we could have been a little stronger around the rim in the first half. We had a couple, turnovers and ones we didn't really handle or finish. And I thought guys did a little better job in the second half.
It was 40-40 early in the second half, and then your defense really just anchored in. Grand Canyon shoots 29% from the field in the second half. Can you just talk about your team's defense?
Yeah, I thought they were great tonight. Didn't feel like they were getting a lot of clean looks. I thought we did a nice job protecting the paint. 20 in the paint's pretty good. They only had 8 in the paint in the first half. Again, I thought they shot the ball well. They made some shots that, from our perspective, we feel like we can live with. Obviously, they have capable guys, and a little worried about them getting going 10 and 2 specifically off the dribble. But that's part of the wearing them down process. I do think shot making gets more difficult with fatigue, and we just wanted to continue to force the right shots and try not to overreact to some of their shot making.
Grand Canyon scores at the end of the half with 4-point-something seconds. You call timeout. Is that what the look that you wanted? You got a pretty good look. It was deep, but was able to hit. Thought that was a pretty big 3 to end the half.
Yeah, that was a big shot. The Moore hit a tough shot, and so that was a little deflating, and so it was nice to kind of get the juice back with that one. We wanted, just try to get it in Uriah or DA's hands. We weren't, being too choosy in that one. Landed on Uriah. We thought maybe we could kind of get a little pitch back to Jake for a deep one, but Uriah got a little separation, so he just shot it.
And from last three games, you guys have been great. 39% against Colorado State, 39% against Air Force, 50% tonight. Anything different, getting better looks?
No, it's just the variance that comes with shooting.
Coach, obviously San Diego State was not your school, but you spent a significant amount of time in that city. You have a couple players who are from the area or played with you at UCSD. Can you just talk about the emotions heading into this Saturday's game?
Yeah, I don't. For me, San Diego isn't part of it. The location doesn't matter. We're excited to play a really good basketball team. It's a great opportunity for us. They're undefeated. I know they have one between now and then, but they're undefeated in the conference. They're ahead of us. It's a quad one opportunity. They're a fantastic program. Ton of respect for Coach Dutcher and that staff. So we could play them anywhere. I think everybody would be excited about that opportunity.
And I know you kind of touched on it earlier, but just you haven't exactly played the teams at the top of the standings in the Mountain West, but and you spoke on it's a quad one opportunity, all that stuff. But how much you kind of are looking at Saturday's game as hey, this is one that we really want to measure ourselves up against.
Yeah, I think everybody, as competitors, everybody's excited to compete against the best teams. But, and then at the same time, we want to be consistent in our performance and we want to be ready to go in every scenario. So there's kind of two sides to that. But, yeah, I think everybody has a little more juice when you're going on the road and playing some of the best teams. And, again, the respect we have for that program and the way they do things adds to that. And so, everybody's looking forward to it.
Coach Jake putting up 23 straight games. How have you seen him grow and over the season? And have you seen him kind of get into his group? How important is he as a scorer for your team?
Yeah, he does a great job scoring the basketball. He does it in a variety of ways. I think the majority of his growth is on the defensive end. He's playing really good defense right now. He's executing schemes. He's guarding the ball. He missed a couple blockouts in this one, but he had been rebounding the ball well. He had 7 in the last one. I think like the scoring part is kind of natural for him, and I think his growth defensively is what's really been impactful for our team.
And when you evaluate him or any other players, do you ever look at like what year they are? Obviously, he's a freshman, putting up these type of numbers and also growing. Is that something that ever crosses your mind, or is like, hey, potential sky's the limit with a player like him or even Uriah?
No, we're pretty focused on what we need to do in the next competition, and the off season is more about development and those kind of things. So just trying to help them play good basketball, try to get them in the right positions, try to set those guys up for success. And I think their teammates are doing a great job too of understanding what they're capable of, how they score. Like if Jake's open, guys are looking for him. I think guys are setting good screens for him, and Uriah too. So I think some of the more experienced guys on the team, their play is helping those guys play at a high level as younger players.
You guys are still undefeated at home. What are you doing to keep the magic alive? Is there any like superstitions you have about maybe, I don't know, same pair of socks, same thing for breakfast, game day?
We're pretty routine, but I don't know that there's anything that I would say qualifies for that.
The JT, one more on JT. His emergence, he doesn't seem to ever try and do too much, and he was saying you guys kind of harp on him to just keep it simple. Is that what we see when he goes up and dunks it? He doesn't try and ever lay it in or go soft with it. He just kind of keeping it simple. Is that something he was doing when he first got here?
I think, he's really improved, and a big part of his improvement is really understanding what are the most important things for him to do and how he can best impact our team in a positive way. I think Coach Roberts, Coach Wilder, our coaching staff is doing a very good job of helping him understand that, watching film, showing him the things he's doing well, showing him some things that he can improve. But yeah, we've been talking to him from the beginning. If you keep it simple, if you focus on just a couple things, you can create a role for yourself. You can create some positive impact on our team, and then as that happens, there'll be opportunities to do more and more. And you see that a little bit with drop coverage, ball lands on him, hits a couple big shots. He's capable of doing that. Block 4 shots because he's in the right place. He's in front of the ball. So credit to JT for continuing to work, and assistant coaches for helping him get better.
And then I just wanted to ask if you had any comments on them not having 1-6-0 run in the game.
That sample size is getting bigger, so maybe there is something there.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
But that's where we're at. JT was one of 5 in double figures. Jeffrey, get us started. I did that on purpose.
All right, man. They were obviously very physical, especially for a good 30 minutes or so. How physical a game was this?
Yeah, we talked about it a lot in preparation, that this is a good basketball team. This is a physical basketball team. So we really talked about hitting first and being relentless in our physicality. So it was a really physical basketball game, but I think we came out and did what we needed to do, and then won that battle.
I know I'm asking the 7-1 guy, but they are the biggest team in the league along with Boise State. They're basically the same, and they're both top 20 in the country in average at roster height. What did you learn from the Boise State game on playing a team that's that big?
I would say that from the bigs position, it doesn't really change. Like every game's going to be a battle, especially in this league. It's a great league. But our guards did a great job tonight of everyone rebounding down, and we had 5 crash to the board, and we had a lot of those guys clean up boards that I either got a hand on and couldn't get, or same with Tomislav. He was getting some tips out and stuff like that. So I think we really did a good job tonight rebounding down, and it was a group effort on the glass.
Talk about your career night and what it felt like to hit those 2 threes. They were big shots.
Yeah, it felt great. Obviously, great home environment for us coming off the long road trip. So I was really happy with how we came out tonight, and really just from the jump felt the energy in the building, fed off of it, and then I played pretty decent tonight, I thought. So always things you can see on film and do better, but keep going.
JT, you had most of your points during that kind of final 8 minutes of the first half. You had 9 points. Just what were you seeing out there that made you so effective offensively?
Yeah, our guards do a great job of getting downhill, and if my defender goes to help, I can just be in the right position for our offense and create easy dump-off opportunities for our guards. And they did a good job hitting me tonight. And we had good end-of-drive decisions like we talk about a lot in preparation for every game. But kind of made it to the right place at the right time tonight and finished the play at the rim.
Tom has told us that he plays better when he's angry, but you seem like a player that plays better when you get kind of emotional, when you get wrapped up in the game. Were you feeling that when you first came in?
Yeah, I would say I love playing in front of this home crowd. It's really easy to feed off the energy that they bring, and making a couple plays in a row like that, it's really easy to get amped up, but can't fall too much into that. Got to stay focused and continue to do my job.
And he gets 2 fouls 17 seconds apart with about 5 minutes to go in the first half. You have to check right back in and take his spot. Was there any last words where Coach told you play smart, don't get fouls, or was there any message like that before you came back in?
Yeah, just kind of like, hey, just keep doing what you're doing. I was thought I did a decent job tonight of playing within my role, and especially in that first half, just continuing to be in the right spots on offense within our flow, and then just kind of not let there be a drop-off when Tom got some unfortunate whistles tonight.
In the first half, you guys had 0 blocks. In the second half, 5 blocks. You have 4 of them. What were some of the adjustments you guys made?
I would say we did a better job of flowing to the rim, or flowing to the help side. They were getting downhill a decent amount. In the first half, they kind of settled for more mid-range jumpers, but then in the second half, they were trying to attack the rim a little bit more. So just sliding over to wall up at the rim, try and protect the rim as best I can. I think that helped our team. And then, like I said earlier, with the guards rebounding down, they did a great job of that tonight. We got out in transition and got some easy buckets off of that.
Obviously, the last couple of games you guys have won pretty convincingly. Kind of more of a broader question, but can you just talk about what the team is doing well right now that's kind of leading to just better overall shooting percentages? Is it just getting open looks? Is it getting more comfortable within the offensive scheme, or just settling in as the season's kind of gone on?
Yeah, I think we're doing a good job settling in as the season continues to go on, and we're doing a good job in preparation for games. But also we're doing a good job not missing our coaches tell us don't miss the moment. So we're doing a good job of hitting that one extra pass to get, instead of a good shot, get a great shot. Stuff like that. So I think we're doing a good job of that as a team, and we just got to keep that going.
I'm going to ask Coach about this too, but Javis seems to figure things out defensively. Like, his footwork is outstanding. How big of an impact has he had? Because he's getting a lot more minutes lately.
Yeah, Javis has been playing great. I'm really excited for him to see that, and it's really helping our team in a big way. So that was kind of something that I trusted going all the way through. He had some success. Last year wasn't he 6th man of the year in the Summit League last year? So yeah, we knew that he was capable of that stuff, and he's doing a great job continuing to step up. And really excited to see that for him, and it helps our team in a big way.
One last one.
You spoke about those dump-offs that, some of the guards get into the paint and, feeding you right there at the rim. Just talk about how that makes your life easier as a day where, you got your teammates drawing some help, and then you're right there just slamming it.
Yeah, it makes my job pretty simple. The coaches preach to me all the time that keep it simple. So really just being in the right place at the right time. Our guards are really good at getting downhill and creating easy angles for those drop-offs. And when the defense goes to help and I stay right in the position, I guess it's just makes my job pretty easy.
And then finally, about your jump shooting as well. You get open. I know you guys are running different sets. You're at the top of the key. Sometimes you hand it off, and then sometimes you shoot the ball. For tonight, obviously, it went in 2 for 3. How do you make the choice mentally where you're getting space? Sometimes you go with the play, and then sometimes you let it fly. How do you when you decide to do one or the other?
Yeah, it's kind of based off a feel thing. If I catch it in a good rhythm, put it up, and usually I can tell when it's going to go in or not. But really just playing within the flow of our offense, I'm going to get opportunities to shoot those shots. And I would say that just got to keep shooting it with confidence. Seeing one go in was really nice tonight, and then seeing another go in was really fun as well.
Well, let me start with the Arizona part of this. You're from Arizona. You got any connections to that team, first of all?
I know a couple players from that team, played against them in high school and stuff like that. Like Caleb Shaw. I played on my freshman year, and then I played his little brother, Luke Shaw. I think he's part of the team as well. But it was cool being able to play against them, playing against a team from Arizona, familiar faces.
Any recruiting by them? Being
No.
a state guy?
I didn't hear anything from them. So.
It does it mean a little bit more, though, in any way that they are an Arizona team when you get to play them?
It's just another exciting moment, fun atmosphere to play with. Yeah, really.
All right, and then the style of game, obviously they're big and they're physical. And I've been trying to see if you guys took anything from the Boise State game just because they're so similar in their rebounding and in their size. Do you think you guys took anything from the Boise State game and used it to be so successful tonight?
We said that it was going to be similar to the Boise State game. We knew they were going to play really physical. You know, they were a big team. You know, against Boise State, you know, they played a little bit more physical than us. You know, we didn't play that well that game, but we knew that we had to play well today. We knew that they're a really good team, really physical, and we were able to get the job done tonight.
You and DA have both been trying to bring down the pit roof with the dunk. What do you think of DA's dunk tonight?
DA's dunk I was super excited. I've been waiting for him to, you know, slam one, you know, because I know he's a freak athlete, and, you know, it was exciting to see that, and I was super happy for him.
Big moment, your buzzer beater at the end of the half. That was a big three. Talk about that whole thing.
Yeah, coach put me in the game, told me that we had 4 seconds, get a shot up, went in. So, you know, I was playing a little rough at that moment in time. Being able to see that go in, you know, felt really good, and a good way to end the half.
I mean, Uriah, this is like your third or fourth buzzer beater for the half. Is there something about halftime buzzer beaters that's just part of your game, or it's just coincidence?
You just got to be confident that you're going to go make it. You know, coach put me in. He put me in those situations all the time. And, you know, I got to be out there and be ready to make that play for us. So,
Coach was talking to us a little bit about the mid-range jumpers that you and Jake got to shoot today based on their ball screen coverage. You know, in high school at Prescott, you shot a lot of mid-range shots. The beginning of the season, not so much. But talk about what it felt like to get those up today in this game.
Yeah, they, you know, prepping for this game, they told us that, you know, they're going to be in that drop coverage, specifically telling, you know, me, Jake, that, you know, that midi pull-up is going to be there. And, you know, we got to take advantage of that. So we did tonight.
Yeah, the drop coverage is one thing, but more than that, the guards are attacking the basket a lot more lately. And tonight was kind of a different game. Only 16 three-point attempts from a team that usually takes a lot more than that. Was that kind of the idea, is just to switch things up and maybe take some things inside the arc tonight?
I think we're just a team that puts pressure on the rim. And, you know, if there's an open man at the three-point line, we're going to shoot him. And I think just we had more opportunities at the rim tonight, you know, putting pressure in those ball screens on that big man, you know, on that drop coverage, you know, putting pressure on him towards the rim. And we were able to get by him tonight and make some layups at the rim.
And then one last thing about the dunks. Is there anything you can do to help Jake actually finish the slam dunk?
I think he was being a little too nonchalant a little bit, but he's gonna make his next one.
Anything else for Uriah?
He can't dunk though.
He can't dunk.
Okay.
Yeah, he can dunk for sure.
Well, sure.